Welcome to this episode of the CompTIA Tech Plus Prepcast by baremetalcyber.com. Let's begin. Software management involves overseeing the complete lifecycle of applications, including acquisition, licensing, usage, updates, and removal. In the CompTIA Tech Plus exam, candidates are tested on their knowledge of software sources, licensing agreements, update procedures, and ways to mitigate risks. This episode focuses on how IT professionals ensure that software remains compliant, secure, and functional across different environments. Following established software practices increases system reliability, reduces operational costs, and prevents security incidents. A software license is a legal agreement defining how a product can be installed, shared, and used. Licenses may restrict use by device count, user accounts, geographic region, or time period. Understanding these terms is essential for maintaining compliance with vendor agreements and avoiding violations. Software license audits can lead to financial penalties or the forced removal of unauthorized products, making accurate tracking a critical IT function. Proprietary software is owned and distributed by a company, granting limited rights to the user, while open-source software allows modification, redistribution, and review of source code. Proprietary solutions often include professional vendor support and refined user interfaces. Open-source tools are valued for their flexibility and cost-effectiveness, but may require greater technical expertise for deployment and maintenance. Choosing between these types depends on organizational needs, budget, and available support resources. Subscription licensing requires periodic payments, typically monthly or annually, to maintain access. Benefits include continuous updates, access to cloud features, and vendor support, all tied to an active subscription. This model is common for productivity suites and creative tools. IT administrators monitor license usage to avoid unnecessary expenses, ensuring that active subscriptions are aligned with actual user requirements. A perpetual license grants indefinite use of a specific software version without ongoing fees. These licenses do not usually include free major updates or online features. They are well suited for stable environments with predictable software needs. However, separate purchases may be necessary for significant upgrades or patches, which can impact long-term maintenance planning. Organizations often use different licensing models in combination. Large enterprises may employ volume or site licenses for consistency and cost efficiency. Smaller environments may blend subscription and perpetual licensing based on workload and budget. Licensing choices directly affect procurement, budgeting, and compliance tracking. Automated asset management tools can simplify monitoring of license allocation, renewal dates, and usage metrics. Most licensed software requires activation through a product key or online validation. Activation may link a license to specific hardware or user accounts. Unauthorized cloning or bypassing activation checks violates license terms and can cause legal repercussions. Losing activation credentials can also prevent recovery if the software needs to be reinstalled after a system failure. Violating software licenses can lead to software being disabled, downgraded to trial mode, or losing vendor support. Legal consequences may include fines and compliance audits. Pirated software is a common source of malware and introduces significant security vulnerabilities. IT teams should regularly audit installed software to detect and remove any unauthorized applications. The end-user license agreement outlines the permitted installation, use, and distribution of software. Users often accept these agreements without review, but organizations must read and understand the terms to ensure compliance. Some agreements prohibit commercial use without specific licensing. Violating these terms can void warranties and terminate service contracts. Software asset management is the structured approach to tracking and optimizing software use within an organization. SAM tools help ensure proper license allocation, avoid over or under licensing, and simplify renewal and compliance processes. These tools also support standardizing software across an environment, improving both support efficiency and budgeting accuracy. Ensuring source legitimacy is critical for software integrity. Applications should always be installed from trusted vendor sites or authorized distributors. Downloading from unverified sources increases the risk of tampered code or malware. Even open-source tools should be obtained from official repositories or well-established platforms. Verification methods such as digital signatures, checksums, and vendor validation confirm authenticity before installation. IT plays a central role in software procurement, reviewing products for compatibility, support, and licensing conditions. Procurement processes may require formal evaluation of risk and cost before approval. Requests for new software can be denied if the application poses performance or security concerns. Standardizing the set of approved software ensures consistency, simplifies support, and strengthens control over the environment. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Trusted software repositories and portals are essential for controlling software distribution within an organization. IT teams often whitelist approved repositories for open source and vendor software to ensure integrity. Official application stores offer additional validation, permissions management, and update controls. Organizations may block unapproved download sites to prevent shadow IT, and centralized sourcing reduces the risk of counterfeit or compromised applications reaching users. Third-party and unapproved software carries significant risk, even if it appears legitimate. Applications obtained from unverified sources may contain spyware, backdoors, or malicious modifications. Attackers may create counterfeit versions of trusted software to exploit unsuspecting users. Unauthorized applications also bypass IT support processes, increasing the attack surface. Endpoint security tools and firewall rules can be configured to enforce software usage policies effectively. Managing updates and patches is critical for keeping systems secure and stable. Software updates may include security fixes, performance improvements, and functionality enhancements. Patch management processes ensure that vulnerabilities are addressed promptly across all devices. Updates can be applied automatically or scheduled during low-usage periods to minimize disruption. Delaying updates leaves systems exposed to exploits targeting known weaknesses. Feature updates add new capabilities or improve the user experience, while security updates specifically address vulnerabilities. IT teams typically prioritize security patches over feature enhancements to maintain protection against active threats. In enterprise environments, both types of updates may be tested in a controlled setting before broad deployment to prevent compatibility issues. Proper prioritization ensures both security and operational continuity. Update sources and configuration methods vary by operating system and application. Built-in update tools or third-party management platforms may deliver patches and new versions. Group policy settings or mobile device management solutions can enforce update schedules and behaviors. Systems must be online and configured correctly to receive updates, as misconfigured settings can cause patch failures or introduce instability. Change management and version control processes ensure that software modifications are documented, approved, and reversible. Significant updates may require user training, communication of changes, or the ability to roll back if issues occur. IT departments often implement defined change windows for critical systems. Version control systems track the history of software updates, licensing changes, and modifications for compliance and troubleshooting purposes. Removing outdated or unnecessary software is part of maintaining a secure and efficient IT environment. Applications that are unsupported or no longer in use increase the risk of vulnerabilities and consume valuable resources. Uninstallation processes should also address license reassignment and user data review when applicable. Software asset management tools can help identify applications that should be decommissioned. Data security during software removal is a critical consideration. Some applications may leave behind sensitive configuration files, user data, or residual services after being uninstalled. Secure deletion tools and manual cleanup processes help prevent data leakage. Reviewing stored credentials, backup files, and system logs is necessary to ensure no sensitive information is exposed after removal. Clear documentation and user communication are essential when making software changes. Users should be informed about license expirations, upcoming removals, or significant updates. Communicating changes reduces confusion, lowers support demand, and promotes smoother adoption of new tools. Documentation should include installation notes, license details, and update policies for reference. For the CompTIA Tech Plus exam, expect to answer questions about license types, approved software sources, and update strategies. Scenarios may involve expired licenses, unpatched systems, or unverified software origins. You should also be able to match licensing terms to appropriate software categories and environments. Recognizing the risks of unauthorized applications and the benefits of update automation is key to correct decision-making. Glossary terms for this topic include end-user license agreement, open source, proprietary, subscription, perpetual, patch, product key, software asset management, and change management. Grouping these by licensing, sourcing, and update processes helps reinforce retention. Using flashcards or policy-based scenarios can improve your ability to apply these terms in both exam and workplace situations. In IT operations, software management is a daily responsibility. Administrators validate license compliance, schedule and monitor patches, and verify the legitimacy of software installations. Help desks assist with activations, troubleshoot update errors, and educate users on safe software practices. Strong software hygiene supports security, productivity, and long-term system reliability across the organization. In the next episode, we will focus on safe browsing practices, examining website certificates, identifying secure sites, and applying privacy tools. You will learn how both users and IT teams defend against web-based threats while enforcing organizational web policies. Thanks for listening. Please visit baremetalcyber.com for more cybersecurity information and education, including a new children's series. For more information on books and more, follow us at cyberauthor.me.